Hey, everybody, welcome to Fictionology. This is Gideon.
And this is Bardikens, and we're here today with some Crusader Kings 3, picking up where we left off last time as the Earl of Desmond, when I showed everybody just basically an introduction to the mechanics of the game, and we took over a couple of pieces of land. And this time we are we are pleased to have Gideon in our presence.
I think you didn't deliver that line with any sort of conviction or persuasion. I actually think this was intended to be just a private thing between all seven Fictionology viewers and Bardikens, but
It
um,
was. It was. You're
I
actually
just
just
happened to
butting
invite
in, and we don't
myself. I
like
was like,
that.
"Hey, can I be here? Can I be friends?"
No, no, we don't.
Okay.
We don't want that. In fact, it's kind of a burden that you're here. But you know what? We'll just go with it.
But I could be the everyman, the everyman avatar for the non-Crusader Kings 3 players, people who are not exposed to the franchise. I could ask the insightful questions, make the astute observations, and really lend my own strategic acumen to whatever it is that you're doing. I think I'm an
Fair enough.
invaluable asset to this.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and dive right back in it. You're not going to understand anything unless you watch the first part of the video. But
I did.
oh well, there you go. You should be a master by now. Then
I basically am. I should be playing this, and you should be observing a true
that's
master at
fair.
work.
But just for the sake of completing something, I'll just continue. Okay.
And
I'll
indeed,
continue.
in that spirit, I will role play as someone who does not know a damn thing about Crusader Kings 3 or 2 or 1 for that matter. Again,
Fair enough.
just to facilitate a dialogue and a Socratic lesson, between a wise mentor and a neophyte, again to help the viewer should the viewer not be familiar with Crusader Kings 3. I'm going to role play that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it very convincingly.
Very smart.
Yes. So
Very smart.
back to you, Master.
All right. So, looking at where we left off here, we had just taken over two towns and basically completed Desmond as much as it is. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some outstanding issues we have and then maybe take some more land. So, first of all, I'm not endorsed by my bishop, which is a bad thing because if the bishop doesn't like you, he won't pay you taxes and he won't give you his soldiers. So, what I'm actually going to do is sway him to my cause. And I
Is
have an
that in the form of a
80%
bribe?
chance. Huh?
Is that in the form of a bribe?
Now, you can bribe, but in this case, no.
Okay.
This is just using your spy master to go and basically cuddle up with him
Gotcha.
um, and get him on your side. And it takes time, but it's very likely to succeed unless someone really hates your guts.
Okay.
It just takes time to
Well,
build up
knowing
to
you,
positive.
that's certainly likely to happen.
Yeah, yeah. And just remember that at any point in this, at any point in time, we can lose this game. It could be completely over. So, we're just gonna go until we go.
Now, I couldn't help but
Let
notice
me.
when you had the menu up, you have no spouse.
Yeah, there's a very good reason for that. Well, first of all, I'm 51 years old. My previous spouse, I believe, I divorced. Um, and or she died. I can't remember actually, but I am betrothed to a
Potentially both.
three-year-old.
I beg your pardon?
I am betrothed to a 3-year-old, probably in order to gain an alliance with my neighbor.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Alliances
good
are
thing that
very
there's not a
powerful.
startling age gap between the two of you. Otherwise, it might be super awkward.
To be fair, by the time she grows up, I'll be dead, so it'll be pointless for her.
Gotcha.
So, and of course, my son died in battle. Uh, he was killed, but I have a grandson,
Wow, the chieftain
actually
of
two.
Desmond has had a very tragic life so far.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So his grandson will be taking over, but his grandson's sick.
Oh my god.
He has
It's a
another
soap
grandson
opera.
who's
Is there anybody in your immediate family who's A, alive, and B, healthy?
no, I have no siblings.
Wow.
Wait, sorry, my second grandson is alive
Has
and seems
sickle
to be
cell
pretty
anemia?
well.
Oh, okay. Waiting for that.
Now he's quick and he's bossy.
Interesting.
Bossy usually goes away when they grow up, but quick is permanent. Gives you a
That's
plus
good.
one in all your stats. Very good thing to have. Actually, if the
It's a
first
physical
grandson
quickness.
passed away, it'd be a better thing. Huh?
It's a physical quickness.
No, it's a physical trait, quote unquote, but in actuality, it's just basically like being intelligent or a genius.
Gotcha.
But in this case, it's represented by having a positive impact on all of your abilities, whether it
I
be
see.
diplomacy, stewardship, or intrigue, or whatever.
Because it has a universal applicability.
That's right. Now, the opposite of this would be like slow, um, which would have negative
Gotcha. On all your
physical
characteristics.
traits.
Gotcha.
And these can be inherited. It's congenital, so it can be inherited.
Okay.
Very good. All right, so we're going to unpause. Let me make sure I got everything going here. So we're going to go ahead and unpause a bit and let some time pass. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because I prefer to play faster speeds. These guys are moving, but they're not dealing with me. It looks like they're at war with some other people.
How is the interface different from Crusader Kings 2?
I went over that in the first video.
I'm role playing as someone who has never seen the video. I clearly understand the many differences.
Well, first of all, it's on a different side of the screen. The CK2, it was all up here. It's all over here now. CK2 did have this over here, but all of it is over here.
Gotcha.
The balloons are collapsed into one little issues tab now, whereas they used to be in the middle of the screen. I kind of preferred them there because I could see what I needed to do. Now I have to see, oh, there's 6.
Right.
Click. Now, there may be a way to view all of those without having to use a hotkey or something, but I don't know.
Gotcha.
Other than that, there's extra screens, as we covered last time, like your culture screen.
Right.
That's my dynasty screen, sorry.
Your dynasty.
Your culture, so I'm Irish, right? Your religion, insular Christian, so not Catholic, but similar. Probably a mix of Catholicism and some like traditional Irish religions.
Now, does the faith, it says you're an insular Christian, does that have any bearing on the fact that your bishop currently does not endorse you and you've had to?
No, my bishop is insular as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. If everybody wasn't insular Christian in my kingdom, or in my duchy, they would probably overthrow me, or try to.
Well, there's still time. I have faith in you.
Oh yeah, there's still plenty of time. Don't you worry about that. They're really good at that. Well, looks like he has an ally that I can't beat, so we can't attack him. He looks okay. We might be able to attack this guy. He's also Norse, so he's an outsider, right?
It looks very comparable in size.
Like, well, if you notice here, his army strength is 488.
And yours is?
Mine is 1,000.
Oh, you got this.
But he has an ally that has 400 who will almost always come to war with them because they get a big penalty if they don't accept the war.
But even then, you still have a slight advantage.
Well, let's see. I decided to do a holy war for the county of this county. Was that Connacht? I'm not sure. Looks like with his allies, he will have 893 men, if I can read numbers correctly.
Which is
it'll cost me 100 piety,
right?
Which I have 176.
Wait, so by initiating the war, you lose piety?
It costs either prestige, piety. I don't know if it ever costs gold, but it usually costs prestige or piety to declare war. It's prestige, or it's huh? Sorry.
No, but I was going to say it is a reduction. If you do this, it will reduce your piety.
Yeah, but your piety is like accumulated not only as a currency, but also as how faithful you are.
Gotcha.
So it'll reduce it by 100, but that doesn't really damage me because it's already increased over time. So if I lost like 1,000 piety, I might go from being dutiful to being a heretic or something like that. But
now, are there ever scenarios just offhand where declaring war would actually increase piety because it would, boost your favor with the particular...
Usually it's winning. It's winning. So this is a holy war.
Right.
So that's important. It costs piety so that you can't just holy war everybody every second unless you're a really big power. If you're a really big power and generating all kinds of piety or prestige, then you pretty much have no limits except for you might collapse from within, uh, which is actually how I lose most of my games. So I just declared war. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a rally point. And all that does is allow me to raise my army closer to the enemy territory.
Now, can you move it anywhere on the map, or are they preordained positions that you just have to select from?
Boy, it lied to me. Suddenly, my army doesn't look big enough to fight their army. But
Well, ladies and
if you
gentlemen,
see
this
how
might
these
be-
highlight, these individual territories highlight,
Yeah.
that's what happens. So you can move into those places,
Gotcha.
and it takes time. But I'm probably going to lose this, actually. See
I
if we
thought
can
you
fight
had the
this
bigger army, so I'm confused.
Oh, their army's better. But he's running out of men. I had a technical advantage of a bigger army, but once I declared war, some of my people didn't come with me
Oof.
into war. So
Is
I
that
lost
a glitch
200.
or is that a feature?
That's a feature.
Yikes.
It was probably... Well, my steward has died, so I need to appoint a new steward. Now, the steward obviously uses this skill here, the stewardship skill.
Mm-hmm.
You want the highest stewardship skill so that not only will they have a higher chance of getting more taxes, but no negative outcomes will happen.
Hmm.
This person has a 10 stewardship skill, which is just kind of mediocre.
But the highest of the available ones?
Yeah, he's also already one of my counselors. It looks like he's a marshal, so he's also using the marshal skill. So we're going to see if we have anybody. Okay, so we do have somebody that has higher martial skill, but we'll have to recruit him to our court. We can pay him 5 gold, and he'll come work for us, and boom, we have a marshal.
I assume that's a significant boon to your military.
Not necessarily to my military, but because the marshal, he does impact the military a little bit, and he's usually a commander, like the main commander. But more importantly, he helps the control of the territories you've taken. They'll be kind of rebellious until their control is up to 100%. Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my grandson, Cathnia, what he thought. He responded that the sentence was far too harsh for such a small crime. The punishment did indeed not fit the crime. Cathnia keeps the trait just. It's time to show him how little God cares. Jeez. Loses just and gains cynical.
Well, it says stress.
Yeah, the stress is bad, but it's manageable.
You're telling me.
This is a lesson of moderation in all things. You lose just and you gain temperate. Well, just from playing the game, I kind of prefer just. Just is really a good thing unless you're trying to assassinate a bunch of people. Then your character will be stressed because he likes to be... Did I just lose another counselor?
Wow,
Okay, my chancellor's dead. And I have
Everybody's
no good
dying,
replacements. I have no good replacements, so boop, boop, we're just not going to have a chancellor.
Can you open that UI back up again?
Hold on. There are a few things I enjoy more than Phaleb's company. He encouraged me to throw plates and scream into the pillows, and after the emotional storm died down, I actually did feel better. After this short break, I was once again ready to take on my duties. I'm lucky to have a friend like him. And I lose stress.
Oh, what a good friend.
What do you want to see?
Can you move your cursor over the chancellor title? It looks like a refresh button. Okay, so the chancellor's your head of state. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, so he's your chief.
Chancellor
diplomat.
is your diplomacy.
Gotcha.
So basically, if he's bad, he can actually give people free claims on my land by being so bad at his job.
Ah.
So sometimes it's just better not to have one. And what I'm doing here is I'm letting my army kind of regenerate, right?
Looks like they're back in the 650s.
banditry here.
Now in the 700s. Now, you moved your people back over the borders. What happened to the land that you conquered?
I haven't conquered any land.
Well, you won a battle there. Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. You can only conquer land that has like forts on them, like castles.
Gotcha.
Or since all of this is still tribal, tribes. If this was feudal, it might have multiple castles and things like that on it. But it is not feudal. Let's up the speed just a bit more. To make my suffragan bishop, Duncan, I guess, more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I will be sure to mention his soaring ambition, or I will keep it short and professional. Let's see how ambitious. Ooh, what's
I was about
this?
to say, I wouldn't imagine. I mean, just you wouldn't think that ambition would be an appellation that a religious figure would really want, but
let's see.
well,
he's
like a
very
Cardinal
ambitious.
Richelieu kind of person, you know.
Yes, very ambitious. Okay. I have gotten an idea in my attempts to align Duncan to my interests. With the right arguments, I may be able to convince him that I am acting not merely in my own interest, but in the interest of the Lord himself. Let's see here. 75% chance to gain prestige and give him a 50 opinion of me, or 25% chance of losing 75 prestige.
Okay.
Or he just gains 30 opinion of me and starts endorsing me. I don't really necessarily need the
good,
prestige.
Right? I mean, the odds are in your favor there, right? 75%.
They are, but I mean, the benefit here still makes him give me his troops,
right?
Because he's only negative 18. So there's no risk to this, and losing prestige would be bad during the war because prestige is how I maintain my army until I become feudal. Once you're feudal, you use gold, but before that, you use how big and bad you are to make people like you, right?
So you play fairly conservatively, would it be safe to say?
It really depends. I'm doing this
initially
for the channel, really, or for this run through. Cathnia seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He sneaked out early and was not seen for the entire rest of the evening. Ooh, keeps the trade impatient, gains shy, if I can read, or gains gluttonous. I think I like impatient. Shy can be an issue.
Gluttonous certainly can, it seems like.
Gluttonous is a very bad one.
Yeah.
Unless you're just role-playing that. Let's see. As chieftain, I have been obliged to attend a local wrestling tournament, but the contestants have been delayed. The tourney won't start for at least another hour. Looking around, I noticed my friend sitting under a nearby pavilion, clearly bored halfway to death. On the other hand, I just noticed a merchant dropping off a cart of spiced wines. I could spend time with him under the pavilion, become best friends. We can drink and have a small chance of becoming a drunkard, which is very bad. Or I can just lose stress.
Who is Falabe?
He looks like he's my marshal. He's the guy I just hired.
So don't you want to win him more to your side?
Yeah, being a best friend is not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, you know about that, wouldn't you?
Here. I'm going to learn how to wash my hands. That reduces my chance of contracting illnesses.
Have you thought about learning phonics?
How to read? How to talk?
Literacy.
Yes, I don't know.
Is that a trait?
No, but should be. Okay, so I just captured... Oh, shoot. Okay. Dang it. I had won the war for a second there, but I messed myself up. Come on. Quick. Okay. He just engaged me in battle and lost. There should be the war. And we got 100% war score. And so I'm just going to enforce my demands, which me and my allies get 100 prestige, or share it. It's split. I don't think I brought any allies in. I get more devotion. And let's see here. My religion's fervor decreases. And their fervor increases. The reason being is we become more secure, they become less secure, right?
Hmm.
So our guys get more comfortable. They don't need to be very fervent. Wow, pronounce that town name.
Well, I could easily, but I don't want to steal the spotlight.
Sure. And we still don't really have anybody. It looks like we just don't have people in my
So when
duchy.
you conquer, because again, you have now conquered Connacht, right? You won the war.
Yes.
Does that expand your pool of like potential council members, your applicants? Like theoretically,
Not really, because
okay, not really.
not really, because that's your court, and your court basically stays static until people start joining it and everything. Who you marry, how many unmarried people you have. The more prestigious you get, the more people will just randomly show up, though, and stay at your court. I don't think you keep any of the people that are already there unless you imprison them and then let them,
Gotcha.
go when they decide to stay or something. What it does do is, since I'm 4 out of 4 on my domain holdings now, I will get a larger military, so it increased by 100, and probably some other bonus. Oh no, I'm sick. Let's get the doctor. Should I get a cheap doctor or an expensive doctor? 25 gold or 7 gold?
Court physician.
What do you think? Or just nobody? Nobody.
No, I feel like you should have one. What's the cost, or what's the downside to a quite experienced one?
Well, to be totally honest with you, they both kind of. So the expensive one has 11 learning, and is also a physician.
Mm-hmm.
So that increases their learning. The higher the learning, the better the doctor they are. The other one has a 6 learning, and is actually a diplomat, basically.
Is the cost pretty lopsided?
25 gold versus 7 gold.
How much gold
and I have
do you
165.
And what does the doctor do for you?
May keep me alive, may give me a bonus. If they mess up, it may make me worse or sicker. But I'm also 55 years old, and my heir is almost of age, so it wouldn't
really
necessarily be a bad
alive?
thing. Say what?
There's no point in keeping you alive then?
It wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, right? Because I'm already old. He's already about of age. 2 more years, and he'll be ready to take the throne anyways.
I guess maybe none then. Maybe I was wrong.
Let's go with none. I'm just gonna. A lot of this game is just sitting here. Oh, I don't need to sway Duncan anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just end that scheme. He can ask me for a favor at any time. I don't know why he hasn't. He's saving. He's biding his time.
Plotting. Scheme.
All right, so I'm not ill anymore. I was able to get better. Ooh, what happened here? I think my heir came of age. Yep. And he's still sick.
So are you dead, or is he just... When your heir comes of age, like, are you obliged to stand aside, or does that mean your character automatically dies, or what?
No, if I die, he'll take over. He's the prince, basically.
Right, but the fact that he's of age doesn't automatically mean anything unless you die.
It doesn't mean pretty much anything.
Gotcha.
just that if he takes over, I'll be able to control my kingdom as normal. Oh, a lunatic. Should I have him marry her? It's congenital.
Oh, your potential spouse is a lunatic?
My grandson's potential spouse. I'm looking through a list. I'm shopping for
Your spouse
wives.
shopping.
So we got Beatrice of House Agurto. She's from Iberia, it looks like. In the Spanish area. She's also a Basque. That's cool. Basically, I'm looking for people that can have either really good attributes or really good congenital
Qualities.
traits.
Yeah.
Like handsome or pretty, right? That increases fertility, diplomacy, and your wife or your spouse is more attracted to you. Or something like quick. But the problem is, if you marry someone, oh, look, we have a genius. But for example, if I tried to marry him to a lowborn, we would actually lose prestige, right?
Makes sense. It's feudal after all.
Right.
So do you have to marry someone of comparable class or just high class to avoid
usually comparable? So if you're a king and you don't marry other princesses or whatever princes,
right?
If your children don't marry other princesses or princes, you'll start getting that 100, 200, 300 prestige penalty based on how low of a rank they are compared to yours.
So people are quite snobbish.
A bit. There's not really much choice here. This person's probably a landed noble. French. House Minot. Her father's a baron. So he's not even a count.
Do you have to decide
okay.
now, or can you hold it off and potentially get?
You can hold
options?
it off. I mean, but if he dies without an heir, he's a gray eminence too. Interesting. Means he's going to be a diplomat. See how his diplomacy skill is higher. Well, he didn't die of his illness, so that's good. But yeah, we can leave it off a bit. Carefree. This guy's so old that it's really pointless to try to explain all of these.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if I go Iron Constitution, and if we go up to healthy, we could make him live until he's like 80, right? If we really wanted to.
But since his heir is of age.
Yeah. Bleeding out. I'm inspecting the barracks infirmary when a severely injured soldier is brought in. He is losing too much blood. Where's the physician? The healer is nowhere to be found. A chill runs down my spine. I might be this man's only hope. Suddenly, as if he stepped out of thin air, my friend is at my side. He rolls up his sleeves and looks at me. Hand me the tourniquet.
Stay back. This is
Go back to the shadow.
Let him bleed. He deserves no better.
If I help him, I get learning experience, which is what my guy's focus is, right? Learning.
All right. Seems to be a intuitive decision. Okay.
I also get a hook on him, which means I can potentially blackmail him for a favor, which really doesn't mean much unless he's close to someone I want to assassinate, or something. In this case, if he was a landed noble, it would be much, much better. Looks like I can step back. I can gain a lot of lifestyle experience. Oh, step back. This is my patient. I can save them all myself. Okay. I have a 92% chance of saving him and getting a huge boost, but my best friend loses opinion of me because I kind of told him to get the heck out. And he's also good at learning. Let him bleed. I can gain dread, which makes people scared of me.
Go full
And
on
gain
Tywin Lannister.
a lot of stress because I'm a forgiving character. What do you think? Which would you pick? You're the everyman.
Well, I mean, I like the 97%. Did you say 92 or 97?
92%.
92 and 300 learning lifestyle. But I don't like the idea of alienating my best friend / marshal / life partner. Can you go to the first one again?
Yeah.
You gain 50.
50 and no negatives, just all positive.
And what's the second bullet point?
The guy we saved joins my court, and he has. Oh, well, he could be a chancellor.
There you go. I say go to the hand me the tourniquet.
Hand me the tourniquet. Our patient screams and thrashes. Even though 3 grown men weigh him down, every step of the way is a battle. But my friend remains calm, and eventually a quiet focus settles over us. I'm not sure how we managed, but in the end, we didn't save anyone. No.
That was an impressive feat,
he says with a tired smile.
It was an honor to serve at your side.
I could not have done it without you. I don't know why my voice changed, but
yeah, you just totally ruined the moment. There was a lot of Shakespeare there.
Was there?
Could have been.
And we're gonna make that boy. Oh, my grandson's actually a better chancellor. I'm sorry. We're gonna make that boy disappointed.
Hey,
because he's gonna get beat out by a 17-year-old kid who's very
you're what
good
we
at
call
talking.
surplus.
Right. Surplus. I can create the Duchy of Munster if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Not until I have enough land. If I get enough land, I'll be able to create... Oh, actually, I may... Because I actually don't have a duchy. Okay. I thought I did have a duchy. But no, I just have counties. So what I can do is I can pay 300... Oh no, I can pay 125 gold, and I can become a duke instead of a count. Which I have multiple counties, so this would just basically allow me to give land to other people without losing them from my sphere of influence. Sorry. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
It gives me a huge boost in prestige, and I'm now a mighty high chieftain.
A mighty. You're a mighty high chieftain, or you're a mighty high chieftain?
Well, he is a wise man.
Say no more.
Yeah, and now instead of the earldom of Desmond, we are the High Chieftain of Munster. Good.
And now you basically control half the continent, or half the island, rather. It's not a continent.
Yeah, well, if I can get 3 or 4 more pieces of the continent... Geez, now you have me saying continent.
I know.
If I can
We're not geographically accurate.
If I can get 3 or 4 more counties, I could probably make the Kingdom of Ireland, which would be great. It would be very wonderful. So let's work towards that. To the serene High Chieftain of Munster, I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Leinster conquest of the earldom of Dyflin? So my ally wants me to help him conquer... probably. Yeah, okay, Dublin. If I say no, I will actually lose a lot of prestige, or fame at the very least. Maybe not prestige, the currency, but I'll lose the... You see how there's ranks where I'm established and I'm working towards distinguished? Well, I may lose an entire rank, which can be very bad.
How likely?
So even if you're not going to help someone in the war, it's a good idea to join it. You can't lose your own land. Oh boy, yeah. See, I'm not helping him. See how big that army is?
It's almost 2,000 strong.
Yeah, way too big. Visions of the Divine. I beckon my bishop, Duncan, to join me in the circle of brass orbs and candles arranged on staves throughout the dark room. The incense cloying the air to ward off the bad vapors makes our eyes tear up in little time. This is how, through the corner of our eyes, we will spot the inscrutable form of angels. However, Duncan soon takes pause.
This feels wrong. These are divine beings, and not meant for mortal eyes to see.
My intentions are pure, I assure you.
Or,
So we have an 83% chance to gain learning, or a 16% chance to have him lose 5 opinion, which
Okay.
isn't that much. You can leave, but one way or another, I will know. We gain 50, and he loses 25 opinion, which he has 35 right now.
yeah, we don't want that.
And it may lead down to a path of cynicism.
Okay.
Yes, this is a fool's errand, if not a sin in itself. So you may
get
become
25
zealous.
learning. Okay. What's the
You
top
get
one
20.
again?
Oh, sorry. 83% chance to gain 100 lifestyle experience, and a 16% chance for him to just lose 5.
I'm kind of leaning that, actually. I'm kind of leaning towards not playing it totally safe.
All right.
I'm going with that one.
You are the everyman. And we lost.
Well, I think I made my point here. There's a reason every man doesn't run a country.
The touch of your hand is what gives meaning to my life. I only wish to be by your side, that I may know the radiant aura of your soul. You and I together is what makes the sun move in the sky. These lines are but a bleak reflection of my feelings for you. I will do anything to prove my loyal affections.
Now, I appreciate that, Bardikens, but what's the letter say?
Who is this person? I don't even know who this is.
I think it's your future wife.
Oh, she's trying to seduce me.
Yeah. She's probably a spy.
Abandon this foolish endeavor immediately.
So be it.
So our ally lost and died.
You died?
No. Oh, no, he didn't die. He lost to a 8-year-old boy.
Well,
You know what they say. 2 suns shine on a womp rat's tail.
that's true. Hashtag Mandalorian reference.
Watch our other video about Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. Oh, I didn't see this perk. She's going to choose something. He's about to die. I don't care. He's like 60 years old. We'll look at him more once we get to a younger kid. What we could do is we could probably take Connacht. His ally has no men, hardly. We already took Connacht, part of Connacht, the actual county, but now the guy who owns the duchy still has 1 piece of land left. And he's also Norse. Shall we holy war? Oh, never mind. We're still at a truce. It's a 4-year truce. See this?
Mm-hmm.
Declaring war will break a truce. It'll also bake it, apparently.
Well,
if we
I hear
declared
they're tasty.
war, we would lose this. We would have to spend 250 prestige. We would lose 1 level of fame. We would gain broke truce, which is a negative, right?
Wow.
And, of course, it would be unjust war, so if he captured me, he could imprison me. So, well, I mean, if he captured me, I'd be in prison, but if I was his vassal, he could imprison me without any repercussions.
Well, I don't think we should risk it.
No, I don't think so either. I think... See, these guys are... how do they have so much... they've got mercenaries right now. They got less land than I do, but 500 more men, but mercenaries. Meath would be good, but they keep being the ally of Scotland, which is not good for us. Because if Scotland joined the war, we would be absolutely thrashed. With their 2,700 men. All right. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and advance some time. Let's see if we can get a succession before we end this. So let's see. Mind and body. The further I delve into my studies, the more apparent the link between mind and body becomes. Too much worry can make you sick, and the mind is no stronger than its vessel. My wise friend swears that the vigorous movement helps him keep him stress in check. Okay.
My literate lord.
But that's wrong, right? Helps him keep him stress in check. I have also read about the benefits of journaling to soothe anxiety. I should
Dear
exercise, spend the afternoon journaling, or take the entire day off. If we exercise together, we both become athletic.
Okay. How much stress do you lose?
12, because we're lazy and we don't like exercising.
And the second one helps you lose 12 as well?
12, but you become journaler, which allows you to write down your thoughts and can lose more stress just by writing your thoughts down. And you have a chance of gaining a wide vocabulary.
Does that help?
No. It gives you +1 learning. And then you can take the entire day off, which just lets you rest.
I'm thinking...
What are you thinking?
Journal.
We have a wide vocabulary.
Your loquaciousness shall be legendary.
A stone of glass. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me, I feel a headache building once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again.
Nothing short of a miracle. With the aid of a stone of glass, even did men... Okay, I can't see
old
that.
Men.
I need glasses of stone as well.
It's pretty clear to me. Even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease. Duncan, I require your assistance. 300 learning lifestyle experience, but he gets another favor on me. I could buy glasses, which cost 50 gold.
Good
Not worth
Lord.
it.
You're the Earl, man.
Sell everything which is impossible to read.
Under threat of death, you should force somebody to make you glasses.
That's not an option, unfortunately. See, what happens is I can sell everything for 50 gold and be like, I'll just read big letters from here on out.
And I don't see a downside. It says you lose stress.
Oh, we don't have an alliance with these guys anymore, but they have a bigger army than me. Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like my control has completed here, so we need to make sure we have the other 2 places under control, or we'll have a smaller army. So it's going to take him 9 years to bring this under control. And actually, what we can do at our capital here is we can actually start constructing some buildings. So this will give us more money, a bigger supply limit. This one will give us more prestige, which is very important, per month, right? Control per month, and a bigger levy, which is your average troops, right? Versus men-at-arms, which are the professional troops you hire. These are just farmers and stuff, right? And sparring grounds, which just makes your levy or your knights more, your knights more effective and gives you bonuses to different types of men-at-arms. And same thing with palisade walls, which also gives you more levies, a bigger fort level, which makes it harder to siege, right? And you have a better advantage at defense. But this prestige per month is very important, I think. So we're going to build some gathering halls by constructing some long houses.
What are long houses?
They're houses that are very long, and I'm being serious. That's not a joke.
Well, then maybe they should, be given a more accurate and descriptive title.
Seriously, they're just houses that can fit multiple families inside of them. Very long houses. You see it a lot with Vikings, right? Norse. Or at least that's where you would see it if you played games or watched shows or something. Since they're such a popular topic, right? You are known for dedication to your faith. We are faithful. And apparently going to live forever. Come on, dude. Uh-oh. In Cathnia, my grandson, right, my heir, his inane efforts to improve my relations with my neighbors, he has officially acknowledged High Chief Ead's claim to the earldom of Connacht. So he gave them a claim on our land for free.
So even though he was supposed to have higher diplomatic skills,
he still failed
wow.
at his job. And he's sick again. What the heck is going on with this guy?
I'm telling you, man, there's a compromised immune system in the family.
And my other grandson's like really cool. This guy's just like a sickly guy. Ooh, what about a Bavarian prince, or well, probably not a princess, baroness? I'd still lose prestige? Oh, I'm a duke now, I forgot. Okay, so it looks like we're probably going to marry her. There's no alliance to be had, I don't believe. Uh-oh, Spymaster passed away. So for Spymasters, we want intrigue.
Right.
Wow.
Looks like your best one is a 6 or
well,
7.
We're going to do something. You know our best friend here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's about to get replaced. Oh, never mind. He can't be. Girls can't be marshals in this culture. Okay. Or religion or whatever.
Isn't there a 7? The fourth one is a...
Looks like the highest is an 8.
Where do you see an 8?
The very top one here.
Oh, I was looking at the far... What's the one to the right of it?
That is learning.
Learning, okay.
Learning is for religion, but that's already held by the bishop in Christian,
I was looking at that one, yeah.
I wonder if she can be a steward then. No.
It is not up to the steward to deny the return of the king. Hashtag
I'm the illiterate one. All right, let's see if we can get a succession before we end this. Let's end it off with a nice, good succession. That's what we need. So we'll just pass some time. Staring at stars. From all my evenings watching stars, I have seen with my own eyes what I have only heard before. The stars move at different speeds and reverse their course at different times, but seemingly in large groups, depending on which celestial sphere they belong to. Indeed, with the right calculations, one could even predict their movement. My bishop does not approve, of course. My bishop does not approve, of course.
I'm just trying to leave the skies be. The celestial realm is for the clergy to know.
I will find my answers in the heavens, which you will gain insight and may lead you to cynicism. Or you can just give up and get a lot of piety, get an earthly focus, and it leads us down the path of zealousness.
Ooh, zealousness doesn't sound very good either.
Zealous gives you bonus military and a bonus when fighting non-people that isn't your religion. So it's actually really good unless you want to switch religions.
Well, sounds like the game incentivizes you to be a fanatic, so I guess we should go with you are right. Wow, it seems like the bishop's calling the shots.
Oh boy,
here.
This is where we could lose here.
Because war's declared.
So
you are weak and I am strong. There is no other justification.
This one guy just declared war on me. Okay, this is where the game has some issues, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He has 100 men, but his ally has 2,800 men. Because his ally is a very powerful duke here. But he's using his ally's army. He's going to use his ally's army to take something from me. Thomund, which is this. He's going to try to do that, which is just wrong. Your allies are great and all, but there's no way they would ever just do your war for you and then give you the proceeds.
Yeah. They'd take like half or most.
Right. So what we're going to do, and we're going to be careful about this because we could lose a piece of land, which is what I have to be careful of here. We're actually going to sail across the open seas and meet them in their home. Maybe if we siege down their home. And yeah, his allies joined him. How about that?
Huh.
He said, no problem. No problem, Ted. We'll be right over. Oh, I didn't unpause. Of course, I have no allies right now.
An unexpected.
Gosh, Duncan just keeps talking to me. Yet again, Duncan is late for a council meeting. This time I will not let it pass. When I arrive at Duncan's chambers, I do not give him the courtesy of knocking. Duncan is seated by his desk, writing furiously. As I clear my throat, he jumps out of his skin. He quickly stuffs a roll of parchment into his pocket and turns toward me with an uneasy look upon his face. What are you hiding? Could be good, could be bad. And he loses a pigeon. You could return later and search, but our intrigue skill is bad, so not a good chance of succeeding. We're going to respect his privacy.
Okay, so right now you're in the middle of a war. The fact that he looks uneasy doesn't give me much confidence that whatever he's doing is in your favor.
Right.
Okay, what are the consequences? Okay, what's his favor view currently?
68, so it'd just be losing a little bit of it, really.
Okay, I say do that.
Show me at once. Oh. Did he really think I would not see that? Give it to me, at once. Duncan hands me the crumpled parchment and crosses his arms. I skim the letter, horrified. It is a convincing accusation, claiming Duncan feasts on human flesh. And you learn that Duncan's a cannibal.
Damn. You have your very own Bishop Lecter.
I can expose him. I can blackmail him for a favor, which he has nothing to give me right now.
But does that mean he may not at one point?
He could. I mean, there's something... I could use the favor in the future, but I'll probably be dead by that time. I could expose him, but he'll then hate me.
I'd blackmail him. I mean, especially if he may, have some use or be of some use to your heir, right? Does the blackmail, like, I don't know.
He's got a 90% chance that he'll accept blackmail, and
I would do it.
Okay, he did not want it known that he was a cannibal.
No. Let him know if he fails you shall take your pound of flesh.
Fortunately, I think they're in a castle, yeah, so it's going to take a while. I'm throwing sticks at the wall until something works. I don't have siege weapons or anything, so this takes a long time when you don't have siege weapons. Let's see here. It says 3 months left maximum. Oh, look, his ally came to invade my lands and win him the war. How nice of his ally. Isn't that nice of them?
That is nice. That's a strong alliance right there.
Too strong of an alliance. Insular exaltation. Bishop Duncan, the cannibal, has gained a spotless reputation for his absolute rejection of any carnal pleasure. Nice. But carnivorous pleasure, on the other hand. His unwavering discipline has served as an example to follow for many young insularists trying to resist the debased lure of lechery. How commendable. How messed up? Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Yes. We won the war.
That's impressive that you did that.
So his allies were trying to siege one of my towns,
Mm-hmm.
But he only owns one town himself. So I captured his only town, which means I also captured I didn't capture him, but I captured his heir and all of his land. So he's going to surrender and
As
pay
well
me
he
1
should.
gold.
Pay you 1 gold?
Yeah, he doesn't have any money.
Huh.
I don't know how he was able to even declare this war. Some things are still a little bit broken about stuff like that. So I have no idea how he was able to declare that war. But I'm glad it didn't work because I could have lost there. Oh, he wants his heir back. No, it's not his heir. It's just one of his heirs. She's an evil atheist. Let's get money.
It's all about the money, money, money.
All right, let's see if we can. And is this guy ever gonna pass away?
He's long lived. Too bad he's not a member of your family.
Uh-oh. The smell hits me before the door's opened. A heavy and meaty ogre.
Oh my god. You're in Middle Earth now.
that permeates the area. It is the stench of the newly dead. Yet another body has been found. They have all been people of little importance, thank God. But the court is getting nervous. Should we scour the castle for the murderer?
Yes. It's like my grandpappy always said, never let a murderer roam free in your castle.
My name is Cocked, and I am a trained physician specializing in the issues of fertility.
That's ironic.
We're like 65 years old. I don't think we need that.
Produce still.
I think technically you could, yeah, but I don't think we have any need of that.
I have no such issue.
Oh boy. More skills we don't need. Come on, do stuff. Pass away. Oh my god. You remember that 3-year-old betrothed?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's 16 now, and now she has pregnant.
You said she has pregnant?
Yes, she is pregnant. She's with child.
So now you have a new heir? Let's see.
Here, parts of a body were found this morning, my lord, says a guard, gesturing to the table before us. Blood pools on the table around small mounds of flesh. Strings of tissue rests in dark ooze. As you can see, it is not a whole human. Not enough to identify them. We can pray for the victim and gain piety. Make sure everyone is accounted for. Everybody loses opinion, and you restrict your vassals' movements.
God.
But you know basically what everyone's doing. Hire more guards. Or beg.
No, definitely don't beg. The guards will eventually find the murderer. Or surely deter the murderer.
Or at least hinder them.
And what's the cost of that again?
50 gold.
Okay. To be like
versus
a third of your current gold.
Versus restricting vassal movement, which just makes my vassals not like me. They lose 10 opinion while this is going on for 5 years. And then my court loses 20 opinion of me.
Is there any possibility that a murderer would come for you?
Yes, or my children, or my grandchildren.
Then I feel like you gotta get to the bottom of this, I feel like.
Are we making sure everyone's accounted for, or are we doubling the guards?
If you double the guards, that's a third of your current purse.
Third of my current gold.
Yeah.
If I make sure everyone's accounted for, people get less happy with me that don't matter. Now, eventually, they could murder me, but most people probably are okay with me. Yeah, they are.
If you think
Except
you
for me
can take
being
the
one.
hit and it will also solve the crime, then I would do make sure everyone's accounted for.
We did that then. I had a daughter. May you grow to be strong and wise. Oh, my heir, who's getting into his late 20s now, did a good thing. The High Chief of Meath gained opinion with us. He likes us better. Oh, she was murdered. My departed wife, High Chiefess Christina, lays splayed out on the cold floor, blood oozing from multiple stab wounds covering her body. Why is this murderer taunting me so? So it didn't work. Now double the guards?
Yeah.
So basically, it's probably my heir. Oh, it's not. No, wait, that's me. It is my heir. For the sake of the duchy, you will stop this search. I have lived my whole life right under your nose, and still you are so blind. To uncover my identity would only bring you pain. This handwriting, it almost looks like that of my grandson, Cathnia.
Do you have any
My
other
heir.
viable heirs other than Cathnia?
He has another grandson, yes.
I don't think
Confront him?
Yeah, I don't think you can be blackmailed about this.
When I finally track my grandson Cathnia down, he does not even try to run from me in the guards. Hello, he says, looking me up and down. It's about time you found me. I take you enjoyed my gifts? The smile that spreads over his face sends a shiver down my spine. You will be punished. I can imprison him. Eye for an eye, life for a life. I can kill him. Go free. And then become sadistic by
I don't
joining
think that's
him.
a viable option. I don't think letting him go is a viable option. I think you either need to imprison him or kill him. What happens if you kill him?
If I kill him, my other grandson, who's pretty good, becomes my heir.
Okay, but I mean, what are the consequences? Is it like
None. It says Rathland. I don't know who Rathland is. It's probably my other grandson. No? I don't know who Rathland is. Loses opinion of me. Oh, no, it says, okay. All close family members and spouse of him lose 50 opinion of me for 30 years, but I'm going to be dead long before that.
And then if you just punish him?
He gets imprisoned, and I expose his secret. But he's still my heir. He can still legally take the land.
Yeah, you need to kill him. Do it. Make sacrifice.
With the death of him, your other grandson is your new heir.
Do it.
And I think that's where we're going to end it for today. He's actually not even in my court, is he? Now he's in my court.
That's good.
He was in someone else's kingdom.
Aha.
Which could have been a bad thing.
Yeah, for a brief moment, there was a real succession crisis.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save that as let's video 2.
Well, that was exciting.
That. Yeah, it's good.
Every game session seems like its own burning soap opera. There's war and diplomacy and intrigue and religious hypocrisy, cannibalism,
certainly.
Regicide, murder.
Yeah, absolutely. And it only grows the larger you become. So if I became a king or an emperor, suddenly that intrigue goes on a global scale, right? Suddenly I'm here and maybe the Holy Roman Empire reforms or France forms its own empire.
And it's not
or
just grandsons murdering; it's second cousins, and
yeah, sometime at some point my family will grow beyond just having 5 people in it. Four, excuse me, 4 people in it. If it has 30 or 40 people, a lot of those first generation and second generation, tiered away from the emperor or the king, still have claims to the throne. So if they somehow find themselves in a place of power or position to blackmail or to gather an army, they may invade you.
Wow. Well, seems exciting to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll
Appreciate
go ahead and
you.
wrap this up here.
Appreciate you. Escorting me and the other, again, 7 or 8 Fictionology viewers down the twisted, haunted paths of Crusader Kings 3. It's a lot of fun.
Not a problem. It's always fun, and maybe one day we'll get you involved.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it here, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next Crusader Kings 3 video, and we've got a bunch of other videos coming up as well.
Maybe even some ones that are also not Star Wars related.
Maybe, not likely, but maybe.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Bardikens. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Fictionology out.